Alright guys, so in this video you're going to be checking out the iFlight Titan DC2, and it's obviously here like a little 2.3 inch Cinewhoop with the DJI air unit built in. Now there is a RTF bundle with the DJI controller and the FPV goggles all bundled together. It's about, I think it's about $10.99 or $1,100 for everything. You get, I think you can also get like a t-shirt and a hat and a couple extra batteries and a charger as well, and everything is supposedly RTF, so we'll be ready to go out of the box, is what I'm told. However, just wanting to let you know that when I got the DC2, they just sent me the DC2 here by itself. I did have to update and register the air unit using the DJI FPV app on Windows, and that just means updating the firmware, because I think all the DJI air units come with the first version of the firmware pre-installed, and you'll have to update that in the app and register it to actually get it to bind with your controller and your goggles. And I'm thinking that the RTF, if you're thinking about getting the system here, should already have everything bound up and updated. That's what I think, but I don't have that, so I know I'm going to get a lot of questions about that, whether it will or not. I can't confirm that yet. It's on pre-order right now, and I think it'll be shipping in about a week after you see this video. Alright, so for those of you that are just interested in the drone by itself, this is how I received it, and this came with the XM Plus receiver here, as you can see. And they just come in different receiver versions, Crossfire, a bunch of other ones. I'll list them down. You can, if you go to the link, you'll see them listed in the description on the product page. But yeah, I think if you have the DJI controller and goggles already, then just getting the air unit by itself with no receiver is probably going to be your best bet. Obviously, they control the drone with the air unit and the DJI controller, obviously. So out of the box, it came default here with the prop guards and the 2.3 inch Emax Avant props. You can swap these out for the 65mm HQ props if you want, and take the ducks off. And I'll test that in a future video. You get a spare set of the 2.3 inch props, and you do get some extra screws here, as well as some extra cables for the, I think like these are for the air unit. And these are for the air unit, so I will probably use this to switch mine, get rid of the XM Plus receiver and switch mine back to using the DJI controller. But these are a few extra spare parts here. Okay, so in terms of the specs for the rest of the drone here, you get 1404 motors here, the Zing 1404 4600 kV. This is meant to fly on 4S, like a 4S 450 to like a 650, if you want to stay under 250 grams. The flight stack here is a single board. It's a 30 by 30 board here, and it has obviously your flight controller and your 4-in-1 AC all together in a single board here, and that board has a USB-C type connection. It's a 40 amp Biel-Heli SESC, I believe, and I'll put a little photo up here of what the board looks like. Now for the frame here, you have a 3mm unibody bottom plate and a 2mm top plate. And this is obviously for top-mounted battery style. If you do happen to just buy the frame by itself, you can do an analog type situation if you want, with these 20 by 20 mounting holes on the bottom. You could do like a Tarsier split mini, something like that, with a 4-in-1 AC. Pretty standard configuration if this frame is something you would like to build an analog build out of. So other than having to update the air unit and binding it up to my DJI controller and goggles, didn't really have to do anything else. It did come pre-tuned from the factory, so it has a PID tune from the factory, so I didn't change any of that, and it flies pretty decent on that PID tune. Now since this is sort of a Cinewhoop style here, I am going to try and put a little GoPro mount here in the front somehow. I'm going to try and figure out something, maybe 3D print something, and put in my Session 5 on here, and have a video in the future getting some stabilized footage with RealSteady. And we can see how something like this, a little bit smaller, lighter, obviously, and a lot quieter than the really big 3-inch Cinewhoops like the Green Hornet or the Bumblebee, for example. I want to see how viable something like this could be for indoor Cinewhooping, or say like at a park, because I think something where you want less noise, something like this might be a better option for you. Alright, so the last thing is how much it weighs, and It's coming in at about 182, 83 grams. So it gives you some headroom there for staying under 250 grams. Obviously it depends on what battery you're using, but I would recommend something between a Force 450 and a Force 650. I flew mine with a 4S 650. So the flight time you're going to see here is just with the prop guards on, and with these props here. I will do the other configuration a little bit later, and obviously in that configuration without the prop guards I'll be able to do more acro, so I'll do some more acro flying in that one in a future video, so stay tuned for that, because I know a lot of people are going to be looking for that video. But I think I'm going to fly this first as a Cinewhoop with the GoPro mounted in the front here in the next video, and then I'll do the acro flying without the prop ducts in a later video. Anyway, that's going to do it for this one. I will show you the flight demo. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Alright, so this isn't going to be a full review in this video. I just want to get you guys a little bit of footage. It's a very windy day right now, and it seems to be handling the wind pretty good. It's been terrible weather lately, so that's why I want to get this video out, because it's going to start raining in tomorrow for like the next week. And as you can see here, check out all that rain here. I'm trying to stay away from that, but it looks really stable here. It's hands off in the wind. It is getting pushed around, but it's pretty stable. And of course, your typical very high quality DJI footage here. I am flying high quality mode, no focus mode, at least for my goggle view, and of course the onboard 1080p recording. I'm thinking that you could use this for Cinewhoop type footage from the onboard recording if you want. It's decent enough for Instagram or Facebook, but I think this could also carry a GoPro with the 65mm propellers. I have the Avon 2.3mm propellers with the prop guards on in this video. I'll do it on another video later with the prop guards off, but you can do flips and rolls and tricks if you really feel like it. With the DJI system, you can get nice and close to these trees without having to worry about hitting any of this scraggle. Like right here. See if I can get around here under this tree. Definitely with analog much more difficult, and this wind is pretty significant right now. It gets a little wonky there in the wind doing those little S turns, split S's. It's low to the ground here, nice and smooth video. Isn't as noisy as the 3-inch Cinewhoops, of course. This might be able to carry a GoPro, we'll have to see. Of course, you know, you got your really nice view here with the DJI system. A little break in the clouds today. I think it's going to rain again starting tomorrow. Oof. Wow. It was very windy now. Try and fly a little faster through these trees here, bushes. Here you can see how much the wind is pushing me around as well as these trees, but it's handling like a champ. I think I am running a little bit heavier battery than recommended. I think like a 524 should be good enough. running a 654. It's on here now. And I know a lot of you guys were asking me about this model, and they were going to ship me one before Chinese New Year, but then of course the whole coronavirus thing started happening. There's someone over there. .8 volts. Still have plenty of flight time. A little bit of prop wash there. Yeah, it's I don't think this is really an acro machine, to be honest. It's kind of slow flying is what I'm thinking this is really going to be good for. And for this size, even like indoors should be fine. Oh, and we're running out of battery here. We're gonna have to land it. Ooh. I just went to the very end of the battery.